This podcast will fail, mostly because nobody's going to listen to it, but you might prove me wrong. Who knows? Episode 45. Yeah, 45, and this podcast will fail. Hi there. I'm just some guy. Who I am and where I am is completely irrelevant to the conversations that I come here to have with you and with myself. And it's a brand new week. How are you? How was your weekend? I am recording this on a Monday. And the world changed drastically in my neck of the United States this past week. Absorbing all of that, all of the things that are now set in motion, and it kind of plays into the theme for season 3 here. So to quickly recap, this season I am asking you a question, and I want to hear from you. If you look down just a little bit into the description of this podcast, you will see there is a link to leave me a voicemail. I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me your story. So every week I'm asking a different question and hoping that I can get some folks to reply back and answer my question and tell me their story. So this week I got a new question for you. The question is, what do you want? And again, it's a very open-ended question. It leaves open to you to interpret what it is I'm asking for, because there really is no rule here. It's however you want to answer. It doesn't matter if it's a person. Who do you want? A place. Where do you want? A thing. What do you want? A concept. A feeling. A situation. What do you want in life? And I'd love to hear your story. So again, scroll down a little bit. Hit that link and send me a message. I'll include your voice here in this podcast, so it's not just listening to me all the time. And this week I'm going to also answer the question myself to try and spur some discussion. So if you will indulge me, I will spend a little bit of time this afternoon telling you what I want. And what I want, it's almost like existential, this first response. There's some specific things I want, and I've certainly talked about them enough times in the course of this podcast, especially in season 1, but in season 2 as well. I'm going to kick off this week by saying that what I want is for things to be okay. And that could feel like a bit of a tall order right now. There's a lot of things that are not okay. A lot of people that are not okay. And, the world is erupting with the results of the election in the United States here. And it's not clear that everything's okay. Right? It doesn't matter what side of the political divide you're on. There's a good chance that you may look at things, whether you're really happy with the outcome of the election or you're really not happy with the outcome of the election. There's still a lot of things to be concerned about. I just want everybody to be okay. And I've spent a good chunk of this weekend worrying, really, really like deep, hardcore worrying, more specifically about what is happening with COVID-19. My part of the world, where I am here in these great United States of America, there's some surging in positive cases, and there's some surging in deaths, and I feel surrounded. I really do. I really feel there's times when I can't help but get lost in a moment of feeling like the proverbial walls of coronavirus infection are closing in around me. I celebrated a wedding anniversary last week with my wife, 26 years. I talked about that last week. And we keep it simple. After a quarter century, it's not a big extravagant thing. There's not expensive gifts and spa days, and certainly there's nowhere to go. It's not some big, honeymoon redo that's available to us here. It's just in our case, it's a nice dinner. Leave the kids at home, go out, just the two of us, and spend some time. Well, we met up after work because our anniversary was on Thursday, and decided on a particular restaurant we wanted to go to. We haven't been to this restaurant in a while. It's one of our favorites, and we even got down to the point of like pre-planning and looking at the menu online and deciding, okay, we know what we're going to order because you don't want to. Here's the thing: you don't want to be sitting in a restaurant for an extended period of time if you're smart. And at least that's the way I feel right now. And you're seeing restaurants all around the greater area where I live being notified of positive cases and dozens of people at a time having to quarantine themselves because they may have been infected by a staff member or a party that came in to the restaurant. So we thought, okay, no, we'll be good. It's a Thursday night. Nobody's going to be around. We'll be fine. I want everybody to be fine. And we get to the restaurant, and the parking lot is jammed full of people. Absolutely stuffed to the gills with cars and trucks, and very damn near a line of people out the door. Not on your life. Not happening. We both agreed immediately. That's nuts. We are not walking into that petri dish. So we decided to go down the road a little bit. There's this is one of those big retail areas that a lot of suburban centers have, where there's just malls everywhere, strip malls everywhere, and just shopping in a whole retail district. And obviously that means there's restaurants all over the place. So we couldn't go there. We were like, okay, what about this one? And we go around a corner and go to another little area. Just wall-to-wall people everywhere. It's insane. Go down the road further, there's nothing, unless we wanted freaking like fast food. And I wanted a little more than fast food for our wedding anniversary. And so my wife is Googling the whole time restaurants near me and looking at who's got a wait time and trying to figure out options. And she says, oh, this place over here. And it's one of the older, one of the first big steakhouses, and it's not as good anymore. It's not as popular. It's kind of fallen out of fashion, and it's got no wait. Okay. All right. That's cool. I think we can do that. That's fine. If it says there's no wait. Now, still just a little bit iffy. There were nowhere near as many cars, and walking in, there were just plenty of open space. There, it didn't look like there were a hell of a lot of people in there. I still think that, frankly, we were sitting a little too close to another group of people, but they left within about 5 minutes or less of us of being seated. So it was nice. We had a nice dinner. We just kind of enjoyed our company with each other, and yeah, it was good. It was good, but it was in the back of my head, and just every restaurant around there was just so stuffed with people. And I remember riding down the road and going, it's Thursday. What the hell is everybody doing out on a Thursday night, jamming into restaurants when there are COVID spikes everywhere? What am I doing going into a restaurant? So that was nerve-wracking, and I got to be honest with you, I spent entirely too much time this weekend thinking about it, and I did finally say something to my wife. I think it was Saturday. And she's like, no, I hear you, and I kind of agree. And she summed it up perfectly. I think that's probably the last time that we walk in and sit down into any restaurant this year. That I believe is going to be it for dine-in. Period. End of that. Make things worse, I've got my two of my older sons are about 2 hours away from us in college. They are dorming together, so it's the two of them, a buddy system, and they just had an outbreak on their campus. And that's frustrating as hell. 11 people, 2 of them reside in dorms. Thankfully, those 2 people do not reside in my son's dorm building. But I find myself reaching out to the boys and saying, hey, look, I just need you to be extra careful. I want everybody to be okay. And if we have any shot at a Thanksgiving together as a family and you guys coming home, we got to double up whatever level of caution that we're working on now. And like, it sucks. Like they have to go grocery shop once a week, right? They've got a school meal program, but it doesn't really take care of everything they need. And one of my sons is a strict vegan for many reasons, not just personal choice. So he needs to be able to go to a grocery store, which is about 10, 15 miles away. And the only way for them to get there is by bus. And I'm like, God, Jesus, guys, I don't know how we're going to do this, because I really don't think you should be on a bus for plus an hour in a tin can full of COVID. And it's maddening, because the older one, the one who's now 22, he very nearly died of mono this year. And that was scary. And I can't even process the idea of him getting COVID-19. So, and he agreed, and he said, yeah, no, I don't think a bus is a good idea right now either. And I said, just, his girlfriend lives down there near them. Her family's very conscientious and all that. So, she's got a car, and I'm sure that she'll be able to ferry them once a week to the grocery store. But even then, I was like, guys, you just when you're in the building, just keep moving. Don't linger. Please be extra cautious with your masks. Please be vigilant, be aware, move quick, get in, get what you need, get the hell out. Don't congregate near people. And, they're smart boys, and they reassured me via text that no, we get it. We're not stupid. We're not going to play games with this. So, I've seen plenty of people talk about, oh, you're scared. I'm not going to live scared. Okay. Some of you are now dead that took that attitude. Some of you have tragically lost loved ones after you said, oh, yeah, you're not going to live scared. Well, it's not all about being scared. It's about facing a reality that there's a greater chance of death right now than the normal percentage possibility curve that exists in the universe. Yes, I could walk out my front door and get hit by a car today. I could get sideswiped on the highway and go off a bridge abutment tomorrow. A disgruntled employee could storm into my building and shoot the place up and shoot me dead. Those things could all happen. But if you look at the percentage possibility curve on those, right now there happens to be a virus spreading around that is considerably more likely, 10 million cases in the United States, and creeping damn near 250,000 people dead from this virus. So, yeah, I just want everyone to be okay. That's what I want. I just got back from grocery shopping, and I moved quick. I went as fast as I could. No lingering, no screwing around. I had my older daughter with me, and she likes to go grocery shop with me. She's homeschooled, so this is kind of like, her home ec versus I don't know, whatever elective you could think of that would economics, I guess, home economics. Just move quick. Let's go. Keep it moving, right? Don't dawdle. Don't dilly-dally. We could stop for lunch, but we're going through the drive-thru on this one. Yep, we are not walking into that building, and we're going to sit and eat our Burger King in a parking lot with the windows up. It's almost exhausting to worry that everyone won't be okay. And I don't know that I don't know. My wife has to go off to work. I have to go off to work. My boys have to exist out there on their own. My friends, I've now, I've had several employees that have had to go quarantine themselves because they came into contact with someone, and thank God nobody's tested positive yet. They've all had to go through testing and quarantining. I have one employee who's very, very special to me. He was one of the first employees I had in the company I work for now. And he was just like one of my favorite people in the world, and he still is. And he's very important to me, and he is currently in a hospital bed suffering through COVID-19. And it looks like he's probably going to be okay. I haven't really stopped to look today to see if he's posted anything or said anything. But that's scary. I want everyone to be okay. That's really what it comes down to. I feel like in some ways I've almost been too lucky in this regard. And I mean, it's like, I don't even want to say it out loud. Like, I'm a huge believer in karma, right? That's kind of the basis of my belief structure, is that, when you say something stupid, like I've been lucky so far that the universe has a habit of popping up and going, oh, sorry, wasn't paying attention, click, and then things change, and not necessarily for the better. Yeah. I want to be careful of what I say. I don't want to jinx it, but I just want everybody to be okay. I want my family to be okay and my friends, and I just want to be able to move on and be well. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was getting off my chest, wasn't it? Are you still with me? Are you still listening? If you are, thank you for listening to me go through this, and I really would love to hear from you. Please click the link below. Leave me a voicemail. Tell me what you want, or give me your thoughts and your comments on my situation. And I would love to include your voice in tomorrow's podcast. Whew. If you took a couple of minutes to listen to this with me today, thank you. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate your time, and I hope that you find these conversations engaging and interesting in some regard. But if you're one of the ones that keeps coming back every day, perhaps I'm getting something right. So you have my gratitude. You have my thanks. And I hope I hear from you this week, and let me know via voicemail what it is you want. But that's it. I'm done. We're going to stop for today and move on to tomorrow. Again, thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes out of your day. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll answer this question again. What do you want? Until then, wherever you are, thanks so much and have a good one.